Good afternoon, I'm in Newtownards. I'm in the town square, place where everybody comes to, and I've just parked up and it's sunshine all the way. It's about 13-14 degrees. That's absolutely beautiful. The sky is blue. This is marvellous. And I'm standing in front of the what was the town hall. Don't know if it still is the town hall or not. And the Blur main statue is just over to my right. But this was the town hall, and it's now the Town Hall Arts Centre. And there's a long history associated with this building. Built in 1770, and United Irishmen, 1798, were held in this building in a cell. But recently there's been the Ards International Guitar Festival held here. And it's quite a popular event. It runs every year. And attracts good crowds. There's a big plaque up here that I have missed. And this says, it's a blue plaque commemorative of Robert Stewart, Viscount Castlereagh, KG. And he was knocking about 1769 to 1822. A statesman, lived in Newtownards, and I know nothing about him. There you are, our second Marquess of Londonderry, and I presume that's what the statue, not the statue, the Scrabble Tower might be to commemorate as well. But I'm going to go on here, and I think there's a photographic exhibition on in here, so I'm going to see if I can video it. I'm just coming into what was formerly the town hall. Town hall, there isn't really one anymore. There's an administrative block that has moved out from here. But look at this. This plaque is to commemorate the fact that John Wesley preached in this market house. This is an original market house dating from 1770. And John Wesley preached here in 1773. And this little room here is the cell I was telling you about. This is where the United Irishmen that were rounded up in this area were confined before most of them were taken out and mercilessly hung, probably in the town square, 1798. And here's all the notes about the cell. This small narrow chamber once used as a cell for holding prisoners in the 18th century. At this time, the building was the market house with an open plan ground floor. Today, the ground floor has a large Georgian-style window, but in the past, you could walk through these arches into the market with livestock and goods for sale. The cell has a small window with metal grille, which pre-1900s looked out onto the road running through the centre of the building. According to local legend, the indentations which you can see and feel on the windowsill are the imprints of countless prisoners who wore away the stone over the years while leaning out, looking at the street. Today the cell houses NI 100 Newtownards time capsule, and that's it sitting there actually.
Is there an exhibition on? Yeah,
there's two exhibitions on lovely downstairs gallery
and this tells you about the time capsule. theme of Creative Works, Hopes and Dreams, for 100 years was facilitated by local artists Bernice Anderson and Sean McGann, as well as local writer Amy Louise Wyatt. Time capsule will remain unopened for 100 years. So that's interesting. And this is the actual photographic exhibition that I am interested in. And this exhibition is called Resonators. And it's part of the Ards International Guitar Festival. And this is a little bit of information about the exhibition. It's a photographic exhibition compiled by Scarlet Page. And Scarlet Page is, of course, Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin fame. Scarlet Page is his daughter. So this is quite a remarkable coup for Newtownards to be able to run this exhibition. And it's talking about a conversation with Scarlet Page on the 10th of April. Tickets £8. Join us for an unforgettable evening with acclaimed rock photographer Scarlet Page in conversation with award-winning broadcaster Ralph McLean, a deep dive into the stories behind her iconic Resonators project, and a chance to reflect on 30 years of capturing the essence of music's greatest legends. Scarlet's work has been exhibited in world-renowned venues including the Royal Albert Hall, Proud Gallery, Riverside Studios, and among her most celebrated works, Scarlet's portrait of Brian Malco is included in the National Portrait Gallery collection. Don't miss this rare opportunity to hear Scarlet share her journey of a lifetime spent behind the lens, and that'll be quite remarkable. The number and the variety and the eccentricity of all the artists that she has photographed. And there's 32 photographs here, and here are some of the photographs of the artists taken. And I'll run my eye down this and tell you which are my favourites. Justin Hawkins, Chrissy Hind, of course. Got a couple of her CDs. Kelly Jones, Johnny Marr, Steve Jones, Jeff Beck, You're Everywhere and Nowhere Baby, Pete Green, Phil Manzana, Paul Weller. Yes, I've got his CD of rock tunes. John Squire, Joe Walsh, Albert Lee, Hank Marvin, of course, the one of the greatest guitarists that ever lived. Dick Taylor, Wilco Johnson, Robert Fripp, Phil Cullen and Vivian Campbell. Vivian Campbell, of course, from Northern Ireland. Noel Gallagher, John Frusciante, Serge Pizzorno, Nile Rodgers, Paul McCartney. Got several CDs and LPs by Paul McCartney. Jimmy Page, Brian May, Slash. Yes, I've got Guns N' Roses CD in the car. Jack White, Wayne Kramer, Mick Jones, Mark Knopfler. Oh yes, Mark Knopfler, one of my favourite old rockers. Well, he's gone sort of country folk, which I like too. Graham Coxon, Billy Corgan. Originally launched in 2015, this project marked the culmination of Charlotte's 2-year journey to photograph the guitarists who shaped soundtracks of our lives. And that's true. With each portrait offering a rare and intimate glimpse into the soul of these extraordinary artists, Scarlett's unparalleled ability to connect with her subjects brings a depth and authenticity to every image, allowing viewers to not only see but feel the passion and legacy of these guitar heroes. And a wee bit of a leaflet there. So here we go. And there's Chrissy Hind of the Pretenders. And she came over to see Van Morrison's concert on Cypress Avenue. A lot of these younger guitarists I'll not even recognise, I'm afraid. I only know the oldies. And even some of the oldies I'm not able to recognise. That looks like Jeff Beck to me. There's the changing man himself, Paul Weller. He has had some, he's going to leave some legacy. He was with the Jam, and then changed, went solo. Is that Joe Walsh? I'm not too sure. And there's Hank Marvin. Hank Marvin just doesn't appear to grow old. Hank Marvin of the Shadows. That's Wilkie Collins. Was he in Dr. Feelgood? I think he might have been. There's Mr. Oasis. Bit of a George Best look-alike here. I do know this guy, his name's on the tip of my tongue. The ever young Paul McCartney. And this is the lady's daddy out of Led Zeppelin. Jimmy Page, Brian May, followed by Slash with his top hat, Guns N' Roses. There's a well-worn guitar there. And you can tell me who's your favourite, or favourite three out of all these guys that shaped the music that we listened to through the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s and further on. So there you have it at Newtownards Arts Centre. The work of Scarlet Page, photographic work. And maybe you'll come back for the Ards International Guitar Festival running from the 9th to the 13th of April. And there's a rundown of some of the artists. And Ralph McLean will be doing most of the interviews. And Ralph McLean, of course, has been around for a long time. And most of these interviews and events there's a free one, but most of them are between £8 and £20 entrance. And if you want to find anything more about it, there's the telephone number.